back. Back to continue Horizon Forbidden West. And now, this time, I have snacks with me. I grabbed 2 bananas. Hello? Yeah. Oh, that's what they needed. They're semi-see-through because my background is a greenish yellow, so anything green or yellow or greenish yellow really does not show up. And I have some cashews, the slightest of stream eating while we play. It's not something that I typically do, but there's plenty of cutscenes. Is that super crunchy? They're like really soft.
You there! A marshal requests an audience with your clan commander!
I didn't know there were any marshals left. We defend the path to the mountain.
Where the wings of the Ten shall find us.
All right, Marshal. I'll send the lift for you.
Right, grabbing a napkin. Some cutscenes are like a minute, some are like 10. So I don't know which it is, but I'm preparing.
When we meet with Tekotteh, I'll do the talking.
We'll see how it goes.
I do really like Aloy's attitude. She was shunned in the first one by her clan. And so, you know, she has a kind of a chip on her shoulder. And then the events of the first game kind of
Back again.
made it clear
So this was home.
that she needs to
Time ago.
be more assertive.
Come on.
Not bad.
Hmm.
What do you think, Rob?
Ooh, a new melee pit. No thanks. Well, I don't know exactly how this conversation's going to go with this guy and if he's going to support the war, but what I will say is we have shops, we have workbenches, we have my stash. So something tells me this conversation's going to go not too bad. They're probably not going to try to kill us. And we have to kill everybody here. I'm just guessing.
Why'd they let an outlander? Marshal Katoa.
Although there was that campfire eye.
I remember what I was saying.
Oh,
Well, this is a warm welcome.
You ever gonna
An outlander and a maimed marshal. A spectacle.
Reminds me of where I grew up.
I was going to say, this is not the first time she had a reception like this.
Shunned me, or when they stopped and stared.
Right now, I prefer shunned. This is it.
I mean, the loss of a limb,
Ready?
that is a traumatic experience. So, you know, he's dealing with a lot. Not just culturally, but physically and emotionally as well. Things to think about.
We're here for Tekotteh. Let us in.
I could turn my camera off if I'm eating. Maybe that would be better.
The Sky Clan's mighty son returns. Bless the Ten.
Your chief has demanded an immediate dispatch of all challengers to the Kulrut. We're here to make sure yours haven't gotten lost on their way to the Grove.
I see. Regala must have dealt our chief a mighty blow, if he's sending you two as messengers.
This one defeated Regala's champion, Grudda, at the embassy. She fought honorably.
I had the sense to bar our soldiers from that embassy. Just as I have the sense now to keep our challengers here, If they must fight, then they will fight here. Defending our walls. Our clan.
That wall won't protect you. Not from the machines Regala controls. They're already at your doorstep.
And what do you know of the battles that the Bulwark has withstood? The blood shed upon stone.
I know it wasn't meant to be used as a coward's shield.
Ooh. Called him out.
You were a great warrior once. But that was then. You tell Hekarro, with all due respect, that we will keep our challengers here for as long as we are safe behind the Bulwark.
I told you, words are useless with his kind. We're gonna have to kill him. It won't be easy with all his men about. Are you even listening?
For as long as we are safe behind the Bulwark, he said.
Every other time something like this has happened,
Wait here. I need to get a closer look at that wall.
machines have attacked, like, literally during the conversation. That happened like 4 times in the game, in the first game.
This easy? That wall might not be as strong as Dakota thinks it is. I need to get down to the base of it and check it out.
It's doing that thing where I don't know where the actual quest is because it wants me to, like, path the way that, like, the AI would go.
My strength is yours.
Your arrows be true.
Ew.
You, Outlander, come and trade.
Cheap. Like, honestly, sometimes it's really confusing. Okay. Camera back on. How we doing? I just scarfed down 2 bananas and a handful of cashews.
I'm ready to trade.
I don't know. I'm so hungry. Okay. Yeah, no, seriously. Like, look, it's like this way. 39, 38. But if you look, the arrow's, like, clearly behind me.
Ready, Outlander.
Oh, just you wait.
Like, am I really supposed to go down there? Actually, it doesn't really matter. I'm gonna just jump off that and use my glider, because that's fun. But, let me use the campfire save first, anyways.
To trade. May honor guide you. Honor and strength.
I would think sabotaging their wall would be just as bad as anything else that could happen. I don't need your lift.
I
Oh.
need to get a little distance from the wall in order to scan it properly.
That was kind of scary there for a second. I clipped the wall and it was like,
Okay, time to scan the wall.
oh darn. Yep, scanning the wall. Oh, there we go.
Just what I thought. There's something metal in there. Oh, that rock is interfering with the scan. I need to get closer. But how? I might be able to climb up on the left side of the wall, near that waterfall.
That was a really weird internal / external dialogue. Need to get closer, but how? And I'm thinking, climb the wall. And then she's like, I need to climb the wall. Yeah. I mean, sometimes the hint system is great, and I appreciate it, don't get me wrong. But that just seemed, I mean, obvious? I guess what's not obvious is that you have to go all the way to the left.
Towards a hollow, maybe. The rocks here might give way if I pry at them. This looks promising.
Okay. Yeah, the character definitely was noticing a lot more than I was noticing about that situation.
Now, better scan that tank again.
Oh, you know it's a tank.
Power core. I'll bet if I blew it up. But how? Well,
Again, why am I wanting to blow up these people's
Gotta go
wall
find
just to
Tara.
convince them that they're not safe? Oh, I'll make you not safe. Alright, what did she say? I thought she said the way to blow it up, but she said I need to go back out and talk to the dude.
I'm catching snowflakes on my lashes.
Gene snowflakes on my lashes.
The guard said you've been scurrying around the wall like a rat.
I mean, for like a minute.
Been up to.
Dakota said he wouldn't send his challengers as long as they're safe behind the bulwark, right?
Don't remind me.
So, we take it down.
Did you hit your head on the way down here?
I'm serious. There's something from the old world stuck in there, and it has a power cell. I could blow it up if I just penetrate the first layer of rock and metal.
Even if what you're saying is true, it would take a cannon to do that.
You're right. And you said the rebels were stripping them off machines back in the valley. Come on.
No. I'm not getting dragged further into this madness.
Hikaru ordered you to help me. You gonna defy him like that arrogant shit up there?
That was an unkind comparison.
The rebels might have made camp northeast of here.
I do like this guy.
What? The two of us go up against all of them?
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh, you may lack sense, but you don't lack courage.
So, back there with Dakota, it seemed like there's bad blood between you two.
One way of putting it.
We make it
Oh,
through
excuse
this plan of yours. Perhaps I'll tell you.
I'll hold you to that.
Hide. I feel a little less bad blowing up their wall since we figured out that the rebels were literally trying to do that. And they will succeed because they have the focuses so that they know what's going on too.
Ready?
Oh, holy smokes. I've never seen anything like this in the game. Wow, this is like Lord of the Ring elephants kind of thing. Holy son of a gun. Wow, this is huge. I'm not looking forward to fighting one of these.
You wanted your cannon, and that thing has him. This won't be easy to take down, especially with this.
Without
I'll handle
this.
the big guy. You focus on the others.
I'll follow
What? I have to fight this right now? Okay. Holy smokes. I really don't.
Use to take that thing down.
Wow.
My focus can help.
Load up, squad.
Tremor Trusk.
March.
What's the point
The
of
Sky Clan will fall.
the other?
Blaze Sack. Amplifying Sack. Hut Support Beam. Ammo Drum. Contains valuable resources. Salvo Cannon.
For standing around.
Wow. I really don't know what to do.
Need the right kind of ammo to detonate that.
Oh, we need the right kind of ammo to detonate this? Exposure to frost ammo will trigger an explosion. Okay, well, good to know. Wow, this is like... I cannot believe how massive this beast is. Well done, game. Who's this person?
Conquer the grove tomorrow.
The machine's heavy weapon. That could be useful.
Could be useful. Yeah. I mean, no, who's this person? What's this? Good thing I just upgraded the speed while you're moving.
Did you see that?
Oh. I don't know.
Won't help here.
Did you see it? How do I put this down? How do I put this down? There we go.
Did anybody else see something?
Come on over here. I'll take you out.
Paranoid, maybe?
Ugh. They try to, like, push the stealth in this game, but the stealth in this game kind of sucks. Nope. So, come on. Come on. Nope, I'm not trying to craft it. Nope. I'm trying to throw it. I'm trying to throw it. Nope. There we go. Here, go over there. There we go. Oh. Da, 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 da.
Finish that wretch.
Rude. Okay. I mean, there's really, like, 5 humans, right? Like, the big deal is the giant monster machine that's bigger than anything you've ever fought before in either game. That's really the challenge of this area. But why make it harder than it needs to be, right? Oh, did it just see me? Like, am I... Yeah, I should be more careful. Alright, I'm just, like, tired of these, like, little guys. Like, what? Like, look at this distance. He's so far away. Ugh. That's what I mean about the stealth in this game. Like, I can't quickly dispatch these enemies. Like, I have to run all the way over there. Shoot environmental traps to unleash their payload. Yes. You really... I'm guessing I'm going to have to take everything I've learned up until this point and do it successfully in order for this to work.
Who is that?
I don't know. Why don't you go check it out? Go ahead, snoop around. Whoa, whoa, oh, ooh, uh-oh.
They're down.
Okay. There's only... That's it, right? There's like 2 or 3 guys walking around. Now it's... Oh, now it's the machine. Okay, I don't know that there's an easy way to do this, so... Oh, wait. One more guy. Okay, we definitely want to take him out. It's going to be hard enough to fight anyways, that, like, little arrows pinging and hitting us from nowhere will just be too annoying. Oh, that was the wrong button. Maybe... Oh, shoot.
She's here!
Oh, no. Did I get it? Nope. Oh, that was... Oh, the very last guy, I screwed it up. That's what I mean about stealth, though. Like, there's no dedicated kill button. It's the same as the attack button. Excuse me. Can you not blow me up while I'm trying to pick this up? Thanks. There we go. He is already down. Oh, shoot. Yeah, I should really be actually paying attention and focus. Oh. Should focus on knocking off his weapon. Oh. Well, if I'm ever going to use these, time is now. Oh, I missed. That's embarrassing. Oh, I didn't even knock it off. This is my special knock something off Oh no, it is really hard to make this ammo too. Whew, okay, Make 3 more. Goodness, this guy is like no joke. Oh, that I have the wrong weapon out, but that's okay. I mean, wow, it actually did pretty good damage, so that's cool. I want to focus just on one, because they're obviously hard enough to knock off anyways, that I do not want to waste my ammo missing. Oh, okay. We're just gonna run circles. We're gonna literally run circles around this guy. We're gonna run the other way. Alright, well, I guess while I'm running circles, I guess I can shoot his big belly, because there's no way that doesn't not blow up. Well, at least that'll do damage to him. You know, he's actually taking quite a bit of damage for
Okay.
such a big beast. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Don't. How is that still on? Come on. Ooh. Oh, that red stuff's like the blight. That's crazy. Oh. I always move with my character. I know that's ridiculous. I've been doing that since Mario. Okay. All right, I'm shooting one more versus that. His. Okay, I'm like out of the mission area. Oh shoot! Oh, I shouldn't have taken that shot. I got scared. I mean, let's be real. Whoa. Okay. Nope, nope. Why are you crouching? Stop crouching. Stop crouching. Stop crouching. Stop crouching. Oh, I think I keep pushing the crouch button and it re-crouches. Sometimes the game, you know, like certain actions you take uncrouch you, so. All right. Yeah, I mean, I hit that cannon, I don't know, 5 good hits with my like specialty tear damage, and it didn't come off, so I don't know that it is coming off, so maybe I would do better just to focus on killing it. It actually is not as tough as you might think. How do I activate my... Wow. I'm trying to activate my critical thing, and it is not doing it. Activate critical. All right, eat your food. Eat your food. Eat your food. Eat your food. Quick, quick. There you go. There's ever a okay. Right? It says critical boost, and I can't do it. What? Activate the critical. Activate the critical. I'm gonna die before I activate my critical. Okay, well, I'll give up on activating the critical strike. Oh man, all of these Valor Surges and things that they added to this game, I am just like not ever using, and when I do use, they don't work. So there's a perfect example. It says R1, and I hit R1 20 times. R1, R1, R1. Hold R1. Menu, R1. Oh, there we go. I've hit that so many times. So, I did that exact same thing. That's okay. And now we're getting critical every hit, so we just need to get arrows. It is about to catch on fire, which means everything else will do so much more damage. So we're getting there. We're getting there.
It's on fire!
It's on fire! Even he said it. Do I poison it? Is it, like, vulnerable to poison? That actually did seem to do some damage. But I think I'm going to focus on... Okay, so this is 29 to 52. And this does 28 and 60. Okay. Whew. We're just hitting it with... Basically, we're just shooting with the normal arrows. But as long as we shoot the same spot over and over, stuff like that happens. This is what we really want to blow off. I've shot that right side so many times. Can't believe it's still on. Actually, maybe it doesn't come off. Is he dead? Oh, okay. Cool. Okay, cool. They're still rebels. Whatever. Alright, I don't care. Wow. This is such a cool, massive beast. And it probably would have died in a third the time if I hadn't spent so much time trying to knock off the gun that never came off. Like, this is, like, morbid, but can I, like, loot these tusks? Like, can these pop off? Because I know I'll need them. Like, you know what I mean? Like, for upgrades. Oh, you come off. And then they blow up?
Still suspicious.
Man, so, okay, so you have to knock these parts off before you kill them. I'm probably going to regret that later in the game when I go to upgrade and I don't have those tusks, but too late now. Where are the enemies? Here you go. Oh, this thing's pretty cool. Not so great versus enemies because of the accuracy, human enemies, but this would have been cool to get sooner. It's like a horrible shot.
So, about that cannon?
Okay. I don't really want to hold on to that. Was that the thing I blew off? Did I actually blow off the gun and not the tusk? Oh yeah, that was the gun. Okay. Sorry, I thought I was blowing off the tusk. It looks like once he's dead, a lot of the things that you can knock off, you can't. But apparently the cannon is one of them that you can. Cool, cool, cool. The whole point of this is to gain access to... Oh, it still wants me to knock that off? Is this part of the story? Is the reason I couldn't knock this off is because the storyline was telling me I couldn't? Until, like, now? Well, I would say probably not, because it didn't come off in, like, 2 shots. Okay. It says loot it. I already looted it. Oh, detached cannon. I bet the reason I couldn't knock it off, I shot it with all my best arrows, is because it was tied into this story. That must be it.
Hauling this all the way to the bulwark.
Here. I may be maimed, but I've still got a strong back.
Yeah, he can give you a hand. Wow.
After you.
So Aloy, for those of you who don't know, she's not a superhuman. She has access to, like, technology, so she understands machines and she can spot weaknesses, things like that, but she's not a superhuman. So she's like a 19 or 20-year-old girl who looks like she probably weighs like 140 pounds, and that's only because she's solid muscle.
Hey, you fought well back there.
So it doesn't surprise me that that cannon was too heavy for her.
But killing the rebels and the machine. It was good to take the fight to them for once.
I don't know how tall she
Think
is.
this thing will do the job.
I'll know soon enough.
Okay. I mean, we also could have just followed this beast and the rebels to the gate, have them shoot it, and then kill the rebels and be like, yeah, we saved you. Like, just FYI. This was their plan. We kind of told you that. That happened like 5 times in the first game. Where I'm like, you're in danger. And they're like, no, we're not. Explosions. Oh, I guess we're in danger. I'll help you.
Oh, skin's cracking from the cold.
It was actually kind of starting to get a little old. So, I guess this is a different way of redoing that similar mission. Similar mission style, I should say. I need more Healy plants. So quick update on the quest. We're trying to interface with one of the subordinate AIs that's right here. Right there. And in order to gain access to the area that it says, this guy says, okay, he's like the chief of the tribes that live out here. And he says, you gotta help quell the civil war. Task 1 is get these people on your side. These people are one of the clans, and they're behind this very protective wall. So they're like, yeah, we don't need, like, we live up here. Like, nobody can get access. So
Here it is. But you don't just need a cannon.
we got a big old cannon.
You need a miracle.
And we're gonna blow up the wall and tell them that they're not safe. And then ask for their help. I'm not exactly sure how this is gonna work.
Okay. Gotta blast away some rocks so I can expose the power cell.
I don't see how they're gonna be on our side by us, like, proving that we can destroy the wall.
It's working!
Wouldn't it have been better to just let the rebels attack?
Nothing's exploding.
Not yet.
This isn't gonna work.
Well, isn't this impressive? 2 children playing siege.
Children.
I hope they haven't hurt the Bulwark's feelings.
She's basically a child.
Come now, stop embarrassing yourselves. And leave this poor mountain alone.
This is your last chance, Takote. You can still answer Hikaru's call.
This is your last chance. You have it backwards. Leave this place, Savage, now, and take this cripple with you.
That's not okay language. But this is supposed to be the bad guy. Oh. I mean, this guy's kind of a jerk, but, like, did you really need to destroy his wall and his entire way of life? I don't know. There could have been maybe a better way. And this is all to get him on your side of the rebellion fight. What if he just joins the other side now? You've proved he's not safe.
What have you done?
Can't hide behind the wall anymore, Takote. Now you have to join Hikaru.
Never. Never. We will rebuild it. Immediately.
You
Yeah, I
are
don't
not
know.
safe. The Bulwark couldn't protect you from a single cannon, let alone an army of machines. The only pathway to safety is to unite against Regalla with your chief. You decreed that no challengers would be sent, while the clan remained safe behind the Bulwark. So send them now. Unless your word means nothing.
Uh-oh.
Send them.
I didn't hear you.
Send the challengers.
I look forward to seeing the Sky Clan's colors in the arena.
Okay, now he's on our side. I guess he doesn't want to join the rebellion.
Nicely done, Marshal. What's gonna happen to this place?
They'll have to live without their wall. But that's better than living apart from the tribe, as pawns in Tekote's foolish schemes. If you want to check up on them, talk
There's a lot of politics going on in this game.
if anyone needs help up there.
I'm not into it.
Yeah, maybe I will.
I'll take my leave then. I need to report to Hikaru.
I think they'd be really pissed at me.
Good.
Right?
May need another miracle there as well.
I'm gonna go up there and be like, hey, does anybody need any help? And they're like, yeah, this crazy lady just blew up our wall to make a point.
Maybe I should go up there, see if everyone's all right, and find this chaplain, Gara. Might also be a good idea to resupply before I head back out.
Anything else? Okay. I mean, I am gonna go up there because it's a video game, but I think it's kind of funny for them to like literally blow up the wall and then be like, oh yeah, be our buddy, help us out. I mean, unless the quest is help them build a defense, I don't know what I would be doing there. What am I doing over here, by the way? Looking for this campfire. I was going to use it and then... What is this? And then I was going to fast travel right back up to the top. But now I want to know what this is. Oh, it's just a charger. Sorry, it just looked weird. Okay. I'm all about the fast travel. Actually, do they have a way up and down? Because they were using a pulley system that obviously is not currently attached. Okay, let's see how mad at me they are.
You, Outlander. Come and trade.
Oh, come and trade? Not come and pay for your crimes? Fine with me. There's so many, like, different arrow types now. It's, like, kind of too much. I realize, so look straight up, see that, like, I don't know, 4-pointed arrow? That's different. I don't know what that is. But it's a different type of arrow. So, I don't know, there's just so many things like this that it just feels like there's too much. There's like too much going on in this game. I know that's a weird complaint. But in the first game, there's like 4 weapons, and then you got a 5th, and you got a 6th, and that was really about it. And then it was all about, oh, use fire on these people, ice on these people. Now it's like, use a spinning disc on this one that is only when they're on fire. It's just like, oh, it's so much. It's too much. I'm guessing, though, for some people, it is really a lot of fun to do that. For me, the game's still fun, so it's not really that big of a deal. But I definitely feel like it's just like so much. What? I can buy things? Sort of. So I can buy things that I need for upgrades. And I say sort of because a J feather still takes a bright feather. A squirrel hide takes a pristine tooth. You can't just buy it, you have to trade. At least this gives me a little bit of hope for when I'm upgrading things. Okay, well, I'm not going to spend all day, like, in town doing stuff. I kind of want to know, mostly because I wasn't paying attention, I kind of want to know what is available at the next back at the main quest spot. Like, do I need to finish the Civil War for this guy before he'll talk to me, or did I do enough for him to think, okay, this person's worthy? All right, I'm just checking if there's any upgrades I can do from the few machines that I killed. Okay. So while we're here, we'll get the quests of the people that are available to be quest givers.
My stock will be here now.
But I'm not like, super concerned. Okay. And we'll restock.
Cook should know what to do with this.
Guess Takode should choose his words more carefully.
Can you fell Regala as easily as the bulwark, Outlander?
No.
The outlet.
Regala is the rebel leader. So, I mean, that's a pretty worthy question. Hey, you destroyed our wall. Can you destroy the rebel faction as easily? No, I cannot. Next question. I'm looking for the quest givers. I'm trying to follow the green exclamation points, but they seem to be leading me in circles.
Hear that, soldiers? Not even close.
I'm not doing that.
Can you fell Regala as easily as the bulwark, Outlander?
What am I missing? Where are the green exclamation mark people? Alright, this guy's a question mark at least. Alright.
Hey there.
Alright, cook. Yeah, I'll take some food. Mountain mutton. Yummy. Medicinal berries provide more healing and you heal faster. Oh, this is the perfect thing to have for a big fight. Okay, I can only hold one though. That's all right. 100 shards? Never mind. It doesn't even provide regen. It just provides increased maximum health.
An excellent.
Okay. Wow. Yikes.
We forgot the lessons of the 10.
Hit harder, soldier. He's not made of straw.
What's going on here?
Okay.
The Wallbreaker.
The Wallbreaker.
Jekka's brother here.
I have a new name.
Killed.
He'll finish the climb. I know it.
Ooh, I like her colors.
My brother Pento left to climb the March of the Ten to get his soldier's mark. They were supposed to be done by now, but he's not back yet.
Jekka, Lataka, to your training, now!
Your brother should have stuck to his cleaning duties.
Rude.
Would you mind checking up on the march? If I leave, my squad leader will kick my ass. And I don't want anyone thinking I'm worried about my brother making the climb. Because I'm not.
I get it.
You can't miss the path markers. They're by the waterfall west of here.
If I head that way, I'll see what's going on.
Thank you.
No slacking, soldier!
I'm coming. Pento, you better stay safe.
And
Wish I didn't have to drill with all this armor on.
Less complaining and more climbing, Jekka.
Yes, sir.
ooh, a climbing challenge. Oh. Wow. They are great climbers. I can't even do that. I mean, this is a cool little town and seems like cool people. Too bad I destroyed their entire way of life to make a point because their leader's kind of a jerk. But video games. If the protagonist doesn't do some kind of like sociopathic behavior, then you're not playing a video game. Usually it's like, you know, Deadeye killing people though.
There was the Outlander who embarrassed Takote.
The Outlander who embarrassed Dakota. Sounds like his people weren't super happy with all of his decisions also.
My feet wouldn't be on the ground.
Can I...
All right, what do these
are
people
we
need?
arguing about?
Oh, Sariva won't let it rest. She insists our comrade Farika flew on the wings of the 10. But I say, hanging on to a Stormbird for dear life isn't the same.
A Tanakh rode a Stormbird?
She went up in the air.
It's pretty impressive.
Road is a strong word.
Ha! You admit it.
You're talking about her like she's no longer around.
She's not. After
Oh.
she grabbed onto the machine, it flew off with her to that mountaintop.
Oh, jeez.
The Stormbird still circles the peak, but we never saw Farika again.
Oh, whoopsie doodle.
Sad. What a way to go.
I'll say. A
Or
shame no one
cashews.
can reach that mountaintop. She was a great soldier with armor to match, and it serves no one lying up there.
I'm a pretty good climber.
No doubt, but unless you want to try what Frika did, there's no realistic way to get up there.
For now.
I'm telling you, she flew.
Still doesn't count.
Hmm.
The snow brought the chill.
Some of these, like, green exclamation points aren't anywhere that it feels like they are. So I'm not going to do that quest right now, just because I want to go back to the main storyline. But I also want to activate all these quests so that when I go to do a bunch of side quests, I can just pull up the map and not have to come all the way here to do it. See what I mean about, like, the path of, like, where it is? It keeps sending me in circles. I must be doing something wrong. Okay, everybody. They all start talking when I walk into the
I should
room.
talk to you to see if you need help.
Bold move, Wallbreaker, burying Takote's pride beneath the bulwark's rubble.
I was just...
Thanks.
At ease. Many in the clan agree with you.
Oh, good.
Marshal Cotello was right to send you to me. There is something you can help with. A few of our soldiers followed him to the embassy at Barren Light, against Takote's orders.
Right. I remember Cotello showed up last, with only a few representatives from the Sky Clan.
When those soldiers
Oh,
returned
yeah.
home, Takote reassigned them to an old watchtower.
I remember that now.
One we had abandoned to the machines. He insisted that with war brewing it must be reclaimed, but those soldiers are serving no one out there.
Classic. Send your enemies to the front.
However, they were to return by request of
Been happening since Roman times.
Takote wouldn't
I'm
have the
sure
battle
before
to
that, too.
them, especially when their chaplain supports their return.
Tell a few soldiers to come home and give Takote another black eye? Sounds easy.
She's rocking my pandemic hair, by the way.
Cold rushes a long stretch to the west.
That's what I looked like about
The
6 months
watchtower
ago.
stands beside the falls. Speak to Kiva there. The squad.
Not Aloy. I wish.
Good luck.
That actually seems like a kind of a cool quest. I wouldn't mind doing. But not right now. Right now, we are on a mission hunt. I'm probably going to focus on this main mission until I collect the next subordinate AI. And then I might feel like I need a little break from the main story and do some of these side things. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how I feel. I don't think any of the side missions are like life-changing or anything, but they're also not just like fetch quests like Fallout 4 kind of really fell into that rut. I don't know if they fell into the rut. It was kind of by design, but it's like, go here, collect this, give it to this person. These are more creative than that. So, in a way, it is like, yeah, let's take a little break and do this.
Outlander, Chief Akaro and Marshal Cotello await you within.
Okay. Are we all friends now? I gotta fix these because I do actually want to hear the whole story, but hopefully that's part of the quest.
Once it's done, I'll be able
Oh.
to below Hikaru's throne. and ether.
So Evo thought earlier in the chat, Evo thought that, you know, maybe, you know, just as a joke, but like this like story of these hero soldiers, this might actually just be like an advertisement for a video game, right? And we were kind of, you know, joking about that. And I was just looking around and thought, this almost looks like a theme park. I wonder if it is like, you know how like there's the Avengers ride where it's this like interactive theme park, but it is just theme park. And I wonder if that's like what all of these really are. It's like, you know, it's not like the 10 are actually like the Avengers. So video game, movie, kind of all the same joke. Are we going to shatter the faith of a bunch of people again, as we continue to do throughout these games?
Arena, past the throne.
Wow, he is heavily painted. Oh, that's not paint, that's tattoo. That's right. These guys tattoo, some paint, and a lot of them do a combination. Okay.
This must lead to the arena.
Yeah, am I fighting in the arena? Yeah, can I just like hurry up and get the subordinate AI? Like, I really don't want to deal with these people's like politics and rebel war.
Look at them all.
You know, it's hard to disagree with like the rebel leader, because one of her main problems is you're making friends with the Karja and they like tried to genocide us for like 20 years. Kind of hard to be mad at somebody about that. Like, sure, her methods and now the Karja are peaceful, blah, blah, blah. And it would be really nice if she could see the bigger picture. But I kind of get why she has a hard time moving on. Well, this looks like a place to fight a bunch of really big scary machines at the same time. What's the plan?
Aloy.
Aloy.
It seems you've had to move mountains to bring the Sky Clan to heal. Literally.
Kotallo helped.
Yes.
He sounds like President Palmer from 24. I know that's probably not even like that guy's biggest role, but it doesn't look like him at all.
But now the cool route is at hand.
It sounds like a guy trying to do his voice. You're in good hands with Allstate. Like, I'm trying to do that voice.
Will come from me.
I'll do whatever it takes to hold up my end, as long as you remember yours. So what's the plan?
Yeah, what's the plan?
There are only two viable ways to attack the arena. Through the throne room you just passed, and by the trail on the north end. We've set up barricades at both. But if Regalla means to assault the cool route with machines, she will have to attack by the trail.
You will join our defenders there. Hold the line, and I'll have my marshals. You will be free of my service and receive your reward. Make whatever preparations you must. Once the cool route begins, you must see it through.
This game is very clear on its messaging, right? About, like, are you sure you want to go now? Which I appreciate. One of the, like, worst feelings is being, like, locked into a mission when you're, like, about to go to bed, or when you're just, like, you don't have the right gear.
The grove, the arena, it's all part of the same ancient structure?
Yes.
I need to stretch my back.
Here the land remembers the sacrifice of the 10. Their deeds commemorated for eternity.
Sacrifice?
The visions tell us that on the ground below, they gave their lives in a fight against machines. We honored them by holding the cool route where they fell.
So this kind of makes me think all the visual stuff about the 10 maybe is real, because humans did fight to the death with the machines. But at the same time, who was there to make the memorial? Because that was the end of humanity. Extinction.
Where once the clans fought each other, now we fight as one, against the machines. That is my law made manifest in the cool route. Each clan must send contestants whenever I call for the ritual. These challengers face trial by combat against machines in this arena. Those who distinguish themselves become marshals who bind the tribe together as peacekeepers.
Well, you know, from a story point of view, wouldn't it make sense for me to do that side quest and save those people and then have them be here? I wonder if that actually is how the story works. I don't know. I just gotta put my feet up a little. I'm having a weird knee issue just the last couple days.
You
don't
call
care.
them
Never mind.
peacekeepers, but the marshals I met at the embassy were warriors.
Warriors, yes, but more. They renounce the clan that birthed them and pledge themselves to order and peace. They enforce my law. They settle disputes and stand for Tanakh in parley with other tribes. Without them, I cannot rule.
Now I kind of get the role of marshals, because I was thinking, like, how did that guy become a marshal if he hates the leader of that other clan?
I know where I'll be. What about
They
you
are not
two?
in their clan.
I will be here with the chief, where I belong. Should the fight reach us, we will take the blood owed for our fallen.
If it comes to that, the defenses will hold.
You didn't see the giant elephant that I had to fight. You don't know if the defenses will hold. Let's do it, right? I mean, let's go.
Good. You'll find Dekka at the north barricade with the rest of our defenders. Strike true as the 10. I'll see you when this is done.
Okay. I mean, you know, just relax back here. It's fine. I'll just head to the front. I don't want to explore down there because, right? I mean, let's be real. Guaranteed we're going to fight in that arena at some point.
In the name of the 10.
Nice move.
Nice move. So, I said I was ready, but then the game is still... rude Windows antivirus? Let me turn that off.
That Lowlander Challenger is good fighting people, but not as good against machines.
I like how it interrupted what I'm doing to tell me no threat was found.
Good day.
I thought for a second threat was found, and I was like, uh-oh, maybe I need to address this and end the stream. No, it was no threat was found. So,
Keep this till I can get it cooked.
thanks. For nothing.
The challenger's skill and courage for them.
Alright, sorry, what do all these people... What do all these people need? No, none of you need anything. This is just for me to restock.
Let every blade win honor today.
Everybody talk to me? Okay. Alright, we're moving along here.
Look, comrades. Chief
Easterner.
Hey, it's this guy.
Sky Commander himself would be joining us today.
If there's a chance my challengers will be facing Regalla, it is only right their commander join in their fate.
Or maybe you need to save face after what happened at the Bulwark.
Careful now. Sometimes sharp wits bring out sharp spears.
I'd save my spear for Regalla's troops, if I were you.
That's one comeback.
Honor and strength. Walk in strength, friend.
I'm actually surprised he's here, but the save face makes sense, but...
Hikaru's defenders should be at the end of this trench.
Okay, so this is the door to get in. So, like, a giant elephant thing is going to break into that. I know they all have real names, like Tusk, Ravenger, or something, but I don't. Come on. Come on. We can't remember all their names. I would really like to figure out how to use this, honestly. Like, it seems really cool. So it says, like, every time you catch it, the, like, damage escalates. Cool. Move to the path of the returning shitter to catch it. Did I catch it? So, like, I don't know if I caught it just now. Or did I reload? Okay, that time I definitely didn't catch it. I don't know. Literally don't know how it works. But it seems cool. I guess I need to make these. Yeah, I don't know exactly what we're going to need. But we're going to find out. Oh. I need to go up here. Oh, a ladder. How convenient.
Focus on the machines. Take them down.
What's this lady? I know her.
Regala's forces become no different from our own.
Yes, Chaplain.
Watch each other's backs. Dismissed. Our soldiers are ready. They will defend the Kulrut from below. But from above...
Not bad. Where did you get it?
One of our squads ripped it off a fallen machine. The honor is yours. Regala may have her tricks, but you will show her our teeth.
Yes. Kathleen Garrett. That's the actress that is voicing this lady.
Dana!
Seen her in things. Okay. Oh. Sorry.
The Kulrut is upon us! Our struggle demands new blood! New leaders! Release the quarry!
Oh, they didn't get the easy machines, did they?
Approach! All who take down a machine shall be named Marshal.
Just one machine?
The 10, strike from the air as they did, and seize your glory.
Okay. So this is a ploy to just to catch you up on the story, to get new marshals. So this is their normal ceremony, but the idea is that the rebel leader lady will attack now. Like, this would be the perfect opportunity to attack. So we are ready for her to attack.
Here they come!
My bit rates are so low. I think it's a Twitch thing because
Defend the Kulrut!
my internet seems to... I don't know. Oh, sorry. Should pay attention. Oh. Wow. Blowing up the the walls probably aren't helping anything. Can I shoot his weapon off? And, like, I don't know how much ammo I have. Oh, I have 20. I kind of feel like I should save this gun and pull out my arrows because there's going to be some bigger machines. Hey, that worked out. Because it blew up right when the other one was standing there. Okay, can other people shoot these small ones? I want to save the ammo. Nope, I guess it's just me. Oh. Yeah. Alright, I'm not the only one shooting these. That's great. These guys are, like, scary. These little guys are no big deal, but these guys right here. Whoa! Whoa! Keep moving side to side, I guess. Come on, there we go.
Take them out!
So the first game had 2 or 3 parts like this, and I actually really like it. I know it seems kind of silly, but I think it's kind of fun to have access, like intentional access to large, powerful weapons, and then be able to use them. So actually, let me scan. Did I get him? Okay. And we're just gonna loot this real quick. I don't know why I'm looting, but I can't help it. Oh, I guess I should be using different cannons based on the enemy type. I just realized that. That's alright. This one kind of works with everybody. Oh, good. I can slow down time. Okay. Oh. That one's done. Oh, I just want to run down there and crit him because when they're stunned, the crit does so much damage. I know I could use the heavy gun, but he's down right now. So it's like, why not? Why not save it for somebody? Yeah, there we go. I'll save it for now, I guess.
I don't use it.
Alright. Shoot elemental canisters with... Okay. That was actually easier than I thought it would be. I know it's not the end, but yeah, see, that can't be all of them. But just the first wave.
There. What is that?
Well, in the first game, there was like 2 or 3 things that could have been.
Hold the defenses!
Go!
Uh-oh. This is no good. This is no good, folks. New machine. Oh, that seemed like a very dangerous slide. Oh, this is like from the first one. Oh, I forgot what they were called. Rock biters, grinders. Just because one big machine broke in doesn't mean that... Oh, never mind. They came through the hole in the ground. I thought they ran in with them. I call it a Trojan horse, but it wasn't let in. That's a blast. Yeah, pay a little more attention. Oh, no. Do the point. Do the point. Come on, Aloy. Point at her. I should have taunted her. Oh, it's the Cobra from the beginning of the game where I dropped like a spaceship on them. Oh, yeah. This is...
Get to the weapon! If I can draw that thing close, open fire!
How about I get to the weapon?
Hey!
No, hey!
Over here, you big worm!
What?
Get this thing down and catch up to Regala.
Oh.
Hopefully the Denox will fire a few shots from that ballista.
Oh, nope. That. What am I doing? That's the wrong button. Okay, what is it? Okay. All right, I'm gonna be. First of all, I mean, we all knew this, but first of all, we're fighting in the arena just like we knew we would. I want to actually use strategy and look this machine up. Where is it? I don't know how these are organized. Is it actually not in here? What? There's more? Oh, okay. I don't know how this is organized. Okay. Slitherfang. So, its body, weak versus fire, frost, and plasma. Fire, frost, plasma. Fire, frost, plasma. Fire, frost, plasma. Fire, plasma. Blah, 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 blah. So it looks like fire and frost is kind of everything you need to be shooting. I don't know if anything disables an attack if detached or destroyed. Okay. We want to focus on that. Okay, so we want to focus on the little thing on his chest, and we want to... I mean, if we can knock anything off, that'd be great, because that just means we can loot it. But key upgrade. Okay, so we want to blow this off because we need that resource, and then we want to blow this up for damage and to remove an attack. And it looks like fire is one of the weaknesses, so I don't really see a downside to using fire. Cool. So that's not a great start. Okay. So I kind of thought using the environment would be helpful. Remember that food that I said, wow, this seems like it'd be really good for an extended fight? Yeah, we're going to eat that food now. Okay. Oh, I don't think I've shot this thing a single time. Here we go. Here we go. Well, whatever. It still does fire damage even if you don't hit the right component, which is one of the good things about fire. Guess I didn't realize everything it can do. What? Oh, this thing is kicking my butt. Okay. What? I'm dodging. Oh no. Look, look. Yeah, keep shooting it.
Taking the shot.
Wow, this is a really... Okay, like, they need to, like, stun it because it's... I can't do anything. I'm the whole time, by the way, if you're wondering what I'm pressing, I'm just dodging, which is a roll, and I'm just not moving. Wow, like, the stun, the amount of time it takes to get up from the stun is the amount of time. Here we go, I'm finally close enough to grapple. Woo! Holy smokes. Oh, never mind, it can shock me up there. I don't really know what to do because I can't... I mean, I figured if I shoot it, it'll stun it. Man, this thing is kicking my butt. Do you see this?
Got it. Hold on, champion.
Oh. So this is just like survive 15 hits in a row? Like I don't know if I'm supposed... Like, is there something else I'm supposed to be doing? Okay. Because even when I got up high, it was still shocking me. I don't know. When it goes into shock mode, I don't know what to do. Man, I mean, being a bad jumper is not helping anybody. I know that's the metaled armor part, but...
Take that, machine!
Man, this thing is tough. I know it's supposed to be tough. That's the whole point. But... So, I'm shooting it mostly just to build... If you look at the circle, it builds the fire. And the reason I'm doing that is just, like, it gets stunned when it's fired, so... There we go. Critical strike. Now I'm gonna do a big... Alright. Boy, if it starts shocking again, I think I'm just done. Lure it away. I'm just trying to survive, lady. Boy, I'd really love if I could break off that key upgrade component, though. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna waste a good arrow. This might be a horrible waste. I'm gonna I really want that because I know it's gonna upgrade something important. Here we go. I get it? Oh, components removed. All right. This has all been worth it then, right? If I can effectively loot. Here we go. Yeah, don't do anything. So they're shooting it with a giant heavy weapon, so I don't even know how much damage it's taken from that, but I'm guessing this would be even harder without their help. Boy, if it just did that electricity thing, I don't think I would have a choice, but right now it's, I don't know, looks like it's prepping to shoot venom, but it's too busy. Oh, I don't even know what that was. Oh, that's chill. What? Whoa! Man, this thing is intense. You know, I'm basically playing on easy, so playing on custom.
Finally, I hate those things.
Yeah.
Regala went after Hekarro and Kotallo. I gotta get to them.
Yeah. Yeah, I could get to them.
I'll keep some extra on hand.
Or I can loot some berries and find that component I use my very special arrow on to knock off. I'm not going anywhere without that. So here's what I'll say about that fight. As hard as it was, first of all, the electricity thing that was happening, that was so frustrating. So did not like that at all because I just was spamming dodge and my character couldn't even stand up before the next one. So if the game had just decided to continually do that, I would have eventually died. But I really like the open area fights where you have that opportunity to run. When you're fighting 2 or 3, even like smaller, weaker machines, they just constantly are hitting you. It is very annoying, and I think it's kind of hard to have fun. So I like these big boss fights. This is similar to the first game, where it's like this big fight, and it's supposed to be super scary, but in a way, it's actually kind of more fun and easier. And I'll take that. And I'll take it. Like I was really trying to hit certain parts. I blew off the component, and I think the game maybe didn't give me credit for it because this is like a scripted fight. Let's see. Yeah, I was over here, right? Boy, that's really too bad. You can see it. All supply cache. All supply cache. The caches are everywhere. Like from a story point of view, I'm completely leaving my friends out to dry here. Oh no, it would have been over here. This is where the part was. If there's a part, this is where it was. I got turned around because of the cutscene. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Well, that's too bad. Because those arrows are really expensive to make. 13 of a resource, I only have like 80 of. So... okay. Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. Some parts blow off.
Looking for me?
What? Okay. Let's move on. I'm really bummed. Because sometimes you can get an upgrade like this, like early on, and you'll be able to like fully upgrade a bow or something that you might not be able to do until much later in the game. So, kind of hoping for that. But that's okay.
Champion, get to the chief.
Okay. Oh. Cool. Let me do the stealth attack or whatever you call it.
Defend the hall. Help the chief.
I like how friendly fire is not a thing, so I can just run in like a crazy person. Get to the chief, and I'm just like, hold on, let me loot everybody. Friend? Foe? Kinda don't know how to tell the difference, because each clan is painted like so differently anyways. Oh, do I have to decide to help the chief or help my friend? No, I don't decide. I help the chief. Okay. Oh, interesting solution. Momentary distraction.
Katalo!
Oh, she did. Oh, don't let her run away. This thing's over if she's dead.
This isn't finished.
Shoot! No, it is finished. Shoot her in the face. Shoot her in the face with an arrow.
Stand with Hekarro. We'll be run red.
I got it. Shoot her in the face. Look, there's arrows right there. They don't all have arrows. I get that.
Pay attention. You fought well. Proved yourself against enemies both metal and flesh. I name you all Marshal. Your first order is to secure the arena from any remaining rebels. Go. I failed. I should have finished Regalla.
True.
But now she'll be back with more machines. Stronger than ever.
I'll do what I can to help.
No, you've done enough. Far more than our bargain called for.
True.
When we first met, you spoke of your true mission on which all depends. I wasn't certain if I believed you then. But I believe in you now. So leave me. And get to your task.
I get that he believes in me, but does he believe my mission?
What you need is there. Take it. Your deeds today will be remembered like those of the 10.
Checking. Oh, there's reality.
This is it. Aether's below.
Okay. Well, welcome, viewers. It is rather late, but, you know, I have to see what's down here. Oh, we have some new people. That probably was supposed to use the ladder. Okay, here we are. Quick update on the game. We've unlocked a weakened version of Gaia to reboot the entire AI process and save the world. Gaia says we need subordinate functions, subordinate AIs to be brought into the fold, and here is the closest one. So we are now on the closest one. We had to help with this civil war that's going on in the backstory of the land of the people that we are in, and now we are here. I don't know how much will be, oh, that thing you just did, that was the quest. Here's the subordinate AI. Or if now the next big phase of the quest starts. I don't know. We're going to find out. But the also futuristic people that are working against us, are they going to show up right now? I thought they were going to show up at the Gaia's installation, and they didn't, and now I'm thinking they're not going to show up until much later in the game, but we will see.
Come on, Aether. Time to go home.
Right here.
Elizabeth Sobek. Alpha Prime.
Master override activated. Restoring ether subordinate function to original code.
Got it. Now to get this back to Gaia.
That was it? Okay, yeah. So that's funny. I didn't know like how much. Okay, so we're gonna just explore this area a little bit and head back to Gaia and probably save there, I guess. Okay.
The visions in the grove have changed.
Oh.
The words
What?
of the Ten are now clear to us.
There's people? There's people here?
This must be the vision that Chief Hikaru saw years ago. All of the visions are changed.
Oh, all the visions are changed. So I think that means the holograms are working, which is great because I wanted to actually read that whole story and see if it was a joke or if we like shook the faith of these people.
Aloy, here. Let's talk.
Where is here, by the way? I'm gonna just check every little, which would be like server room.
Come here.
I'm coming. There's an order to these things, and it's called right to left. I'm a little curious what this place is. So, ever partition the cluster without telling me again? Oh, like, I guess never. We had power surges all over the place, including the one in the main building, right next to the director, blah, blah, blah. The Gold Mountain Hollow. Gold Mountain? Hollow lit up from total darkness right as he walked by. He scared the living shitballs out of her. She was pissed. Dude, what are you trying to do? Get us all data corrupted?
Aloy, here. Let's talk.
So my theory was this might be like a theme park or something, and these people based like their belief system around the bravery of this group of 10, as they call it.
Please, Aloy. Come
Is that everybody? Is that every room? Yep. It's all of them. So she keeps saying like Aloy over here, but like she's up there, right? Like she's up here? How is she? How does she know where I'm at?
Come here.
What? She's. How was she talking to me? I was like 30 feet down.
The visions throughout the grove are different now. And this one, it just appeared. Is this your doing?
The visions have changed.
That's the one that inspired Chief Hikaru.
More testimony of the old ones.
Hear now the words that reunited a people. Following the tragic events of the war, Anne Faraday, the chief architect of the reconciliation effort, addressed a nation in need of hope.
If we look into the future, the lens of the recent past, our fears loom. Wars waged against machines, scarcity of food and water, storms that drive us from our homes.
When did this take place?
True courage means facing those fears with conviction instead of cynicism. Leading the peacekeeping effort with these brave men and women, these marshals of the new Southwest, has strengthened my conviction that when we are united, we can overcome any threat. Join me. Join us in that conviction as we strive for a nation and a world without want or war.
I'm trying to figure out the timeline of when this would have been recorded, because like the fight against the machines was it ended. That was the end of humanity. So like when would that have been recorded? Like, good job everybody. Maybe there was another like one of the first battles. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. I guess I'm glad for like their belief system that it was exactly what he thought it was.
I'm coming with you.
And it wasn't like an advertisement for a video game.
Because of you, he has new marshals.
Because
And a rallying
he's got
cry
new marshals.
the clans cannot ignore. So I will stand with you on your mission. Give whatever is left of my life. It is what I choose.
How can I say no to that?
Is he gonna go with me though? Because every person I've collected, I then just
There's someone who
abandon.
wants to join us.
Oh, he's gonna be like back at the base.
And guide him the rest of the way.
Will do, Aloy.
Go to the mountains, west of Plainsong. A friend of mine will meet you on the ascent.
You gotta give him a focus.
A friend of yours. Should be interesting.
She's taken, but she is interesting.
All right.
Okay.
I need to get Ether back to Gaia. Seems like capturing it did something to the other holograms too.
Yeah.
Checking out.
Okay, that's what I was gonna say. We are gonna check out the other holograms. Then we are going to... We're gonna check out the other holograms. And then we're gonna save. Because I want to start the next time I play with turning the thing into Gaia. Alright, let's check out these holograms. Oh. Hello. Quest.
Blood of the Ten, Aloy. Regala denied. The truth of the visions revealed. I doubt you have enough skin to mark all your deeds.
We'll just have to remember them then.
Well, thanks to you, the chief still lives. And hope remains. But that's not why I wanted to speak with you.
Oh.
I need a favor.
Okay.
A personal one.
I'm listening.
Cavo. He was not counted among the dead.
Oh.
Which means he must still be with Regala's remaining forces.
He was taken prisoner.
No. He joined them willingly.
Oh.
Like many young soldiers who seek to mark their skin with distinguished deeds. I must search for him. Convince him to come home. Chief Hekarro cannot spare any soldiers for this task, so my blade is alone in this. Unless
I'm gonna mess up my blade.
I know it is much to ask after all you've done for us. But Cavo is the last of my blood.
I'm not gonna ask any of those questions. I'm just gonna... Yes.
Where do we start?
I'll find him.
A while back, our scouts reported Cavo's...
Blah, blah, blah.
But the scouts...
Don't care where. I want to look at these holograms.
Shall we head out?
I'm tired. Oh, I'll meet you there.
I'll wait for you on the hill crest. We'll make our way to the...
Yeah, see you later. I have a lot of things to take care of. Ooh, I'm not gonna see her for like a month. Yeah, okay, let's see what this hologram is now, though.
Out in the field or relaxing at base, Joint Task Force 10 acted as one. Led by Colonel Edward de la Hoya, their bodies and weapons were always honed for battle. Meals, ink, bruises.
Oh.
These daredevils of the sky shared
They did tattoo themselves. Wow, so they really did get like a lot of... That's so interesting to me. This is like really their whole like culture just based on their interpretation and understanding of these holograms.
JTF-10 seized key assets all across the desert. Where others feared the Mojave's raging sandstorm,
JTF-10.
JTF soldiers used them for cover, crippling enemy supply lines.
Right. Cool. Cool. Tight.
What? You're spectators? That's how good of a fight it was, my friend.
Oh, that's the wrong button.
at home or abroad, JTF-10 protected assets critical to the insurrection.
Be guided by the 10.
Deep in the jungle, concealed by mud and darkness, they laid their traps for their enemies.
Well, it is rather late. I was looking for a good channel to raid.
May your enemies fall.
And nobody I know is on because it is very late. Ooh, what does this person do?
Can I ask you something?
Oh, that's right. Never mind. It's like I need to find recordings and give them to her. Okay. So let's find a save. There's like so many like quests and question marks now that have like popped up on the map. That's cool, but it's also, it's like so overwhelming. I think there's actually more to do in this game, and I would be curious to see if that's true. I would Google it, but I'm like deathly afraid of spoilers because I'm so glad some of the story elements have not been spoiled. Like that was not all that, like, you know, whatever, it's the Civil War, whatever. How can you spoil it? But it is what it is. But like, for example, the fact that very much like Seven Eve style, this other futuristic society of people that left Earth 1,000 years ago and have come back to like take over or whatever, like that was a pretty cool story element. So glad that wasn't spoiled. So I kind of want to like Google, are there more quests on this one versus the other one? I don't know. There's probably not. Here's the end of game recap. We got the subordinate AI. We helped the native people that live here for with their little mini civil war that's going on. The main bad guy, the main bad girl got away, and she's going to now double down on her forces and come back to destroy them. I was only helping with the Civil War in the first place to get access to the subordinate AI. So next time, which actually may be Saturday, I might buck the Saturday stream theme a little bit because I do want to keep going in this game. And I also kind of don't want to be playing this game for 6 months when you only play 1 day a week. It takes a while, but I do want to finish it. So when we come back, I'm going to head back to the base. And the base is where Gaia is being rebuilt. And I want to start the next time I play, which may be Saturday, maybe next Wednesday, and maybe a random day in between. But I want to start the next day there because I really like the quests that are connected to Gaia. I really enjoy anytime you're interfacing with Gaia. I like that. Have a great night. Have a great day. Have a great week. Bye.